Alright UDF fam, today we are going to see how do you install Kali Linux on VMware player. I'm assuming that you guys know what Kali Linux is, so I'm just going to dive right in and start the tutorial. So first of all, you need to go to Kali Linux downloads page, link is in the description, and here you need to find the correct version for yourself. Don't mess your head up in it, just download the installer 64-bit or 32-bit. Mine's 64, so I'll download the 64-bit installer. I'll just torrent this file. So you're gonna click torrent and it's gonna go over here, and you want to select OK over here, and we'll continue the video once the file is downloaded. Okay, so now that you have downloaded Kali Linux, you just gonna go and start your VMware workstation player. You can either use VMware player simply, or you can also use VirtualBox. I'm using VMware workstation player. Here you're gonna go and create a new virtual machine, and from here you're gonna browse the from the downloads folder that we have downloaded previously, the Kali Linux installer image, and click next. And here you're going to select Linux and find Debian 9 64-bit. Next, just name the virtual machine whatever you want. I'm gonna let it be Kali Linux. Next. Okay, so the recommended size is 20 GB, but I always kick it up to 25 GB because all the updates and external tools that we download. And here I'll just customize the hardware and see the RAM I'm giving it is 2 GB and everything looks fine. So I'm just gonna go close and hit finish. So now we will turn on this virtual machine, and you need to select the first option, that is graphical install, and we're just gonna wait till the system loads up. Alright, so you need to select a language here. I'm gonna select English, and location, you can select your own location. I'm gonna select mine. For this tutorial I'm just gonna select United States, and the American English. Alright, so now the Kali will start loading additional components. It will all just happen automatically, you don't need to do anything right now. So now the host name, it's asking for the host name for the system. I'm gonna leave it as Kali. Continue. The domain name, I'm gonna leave it empty. Full name for the new user, I'll just write my username for my account, same. I'm gonna create a password. Guys, remember to create a password that you can remember. Most of the cases when you're not actually working on Kali Linux, and it actually happened to me a couple of times before that while I wasn't working, when I came back and it was time to log in, so I was like kind of forgetting the password, so try to remember. And I'll just hit continue. So now it's gonna load additional components, startup. Okay, so for this tutorial we are gonna be using guided, use the entire disk, continue, the whole disk that we created, the 25 gigs. Continue. So I'm gonna go with all files in one partition, recommended for new users. Just for the sake of this tutorial, usually I go for separate home and variable and temp partition, but for this tutorial I'm just gonna go with all files in one partition. Okay, finish partitioning and write changes to disk. Continue. Yes, continue. Now let it install the system. Alright, so now you can see that it's telling me that at the moment only the core of the system is installed. I need to select the additional installations. I have selected the desktop environment and I have selected the XFCE, and these are my selections, and I will also select the large one, the default selection plus additional tools. Hit continue. Okay, so now as you can see that it's asking to install the group bootloader, and I'm just gonna say yes and continue. We will select the system /dev/sda, continue, and it will install the group bootloader. And now it's finishing the installation. Now as you can see, the installation is complete. I'll click continue. It's finishing the installation, rebooting the system. I'll just let it go with Kali GNU/Linux. Now it's gonna load up your system. Now enter the username you created for your account and the password that you created. I'm gonna log into the system, and here it is, our newly installed Kali Linux. So guys, next video I'm going to be making top 10 things to do when you install the Kali Linux. Consider subscribing if this video was helpful to you, and that's all for today. Thank you very much. Goodbye.